We live on scene in St. Paul, Minnesota at the Essence Event Center, August 4th and 5th, celebrating the 0.5%, the inaugural Black Men Teach Conference. If you ain't here, you missing out.
Today, I truly want us to put away all the degrees, all the accolades, all the status, and see each other as each other.
I think about my first black male mentor, teacher was my grandfather. He saw brilliance in me. His expectations for me were so high. And as I think about that, and I think about what the children I get the pleasure of engaging every single day, what would it look like if the children knew that they were seen as brilliant? If they had high expectations for their achievement, and if they felt love, what might be different? And would we be sitting here with 0.5% on our shirt?
I feel like for many of us, any of us who spent time in the classroom, we could tell you a story from very early on when we knew for a fact we had impact. I remember when I was teaching my very first week, I had a student who was considered like a problem child. Well, this student gets placed into my homeroom class. And so all I've heard about this student is how poorly behaved they are. Now fast forward to like my 4th day teaching. This little girl comes up to me and says, "Mr. Flynn, you're my favorite teacher because you look like me." And that student, right, who was considered this behavioral problem, by the end of the year, my instructional coach was coming to me and was like, "That student right there, that's your most engaged participant." And so we know very early on we have impact.
Can you recall the teacher that made you feel seen? Can you recall the teacher that made you feel heard? Can you recall the teacher that made you feel valued? Now, if you cannot think about a teacher, I want you to visualize yourself right now going into the classroom and being that teacher that you never had growing up. What are you going to do to make that student feel seen, feel heard, and to make that student feel valued? Education is that one profession that helps to create all other professions. There's no doctor without an educator. There's no attorney without an educator. Everything starts and begins with an educator, the most noble profession in the world.
Every tomato has seeds. Why? So that once this is produced, the little seeds can start this process all over again. Because it's not how tall you are, it's how tall you stand.